I saw Pastor Sematimba here, Pastor Bugembe. There's a senior officer here, Kasim. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. I come from a department that talks and expects people to listen. So when you don't respond, I'll get offended. I am called Donald Muwezi, and I'm a police officer, a proud one. I come from community policing. I was both excited and shocked when you invited police. It's very, very rare. Very rare for a function like this one to think about police officers. There must be transition happening. So I want to thank you, the organizers, for thinking about security. In most cases, when people are planning functions, they list all the things they want: tables, lights, drinks. Security is the last, next to miscellaneous. They just fix it somewhere. And that has been the trend. Even when you have the function, the owner of the function meets service providers personally. But when it comes to security, there is somebody they send. The katumwa, the broker, go and talk to police. Go and help me talk to police. So we've been left behind. And today I want to use this moment to make a case, to tell you that you have been making a huge mistake. When you have a function or an event, there are two items that you have. One, people. Call them lives. The second one, property. The phones, the money, the stage, the lights, the cars. Now, once you have those two items, you indirectly invite police. Because there is no other institution in this country that is responsible to protect life and property. And if you know it, just tell me. Article 212 of the Constitution gives police a mandate to protect life and property. So anybody that puts up an event, small, big, in Kuka, in Kwacho, name it, and you do not have security on top of your list, you'll be making a strategic mistake. You'll be planning to have your function to fail. That's number one. Number two is that I am happy you've been recognized. I don't know whether you know how much you contribute, not only to your families, not only to the economy, but to security. I don't know whether you know it. When you guys have events and functions, there are so many people that get money into their pockets without your knowledge. People that come to your events, the boarders, the Uber, the taxi, people that sell drinks outside, both bad and good drinks. People that get relationships out of your functions. The stress relief that you give to the people without your knowledge. Every time I attend a function or an event, you see people happy. They even forget that they have loans and debts and rent to pay. And that's a very important factor. Lastly, on your contribution is that the time people spend with you as security, we are safe. You can imagine people that spend time in Nkuka. Where would they be without Nkuka at that time? Breaking houses, picking phones, committing crimes. Indirectly, you do the work of police. The difference is that you are not paid. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that in the process of making money in your events and organizing, you actually do police work. The last part of my story is that you have challenges and we have challenges. And that's what I want to conclude with. Like I told you, in this country, when you're organizing functions, security is secondary. What is primary is these things. The sound system, the lights. That's what you think is primary. I can tell you, but if you want to know that security is primary, you go to Somalia, go to Sudan, and put an event. Try it. There's an artist who went to South Sudan, and she tried to put a concert there. She regretted. Security must be number one. Security must be number one on the list. I don't know how serious I can put it to you to understand it. You people, you come to us, you ask for 5, 6 people, police officers, because you don't want to pay money. The last time I was a DPC, a gentleman had an event, and he told me, we gave him 5. He had put on the chart about 30 artists. None of them appeared. By midnight, I was going to sleep. He called me. I found the Nyagalaba police. I said, you didn't receive your police officer. I thought they had not gone. He said, Abayembe Tebaze, people who came want to take my money away. By the time I reached, all the chairs were ashes, the lights were down, the sound system was taken, and the cashier was in a store. And everybody wanted to pick their money. For you who have been around for some time, in a place called Uyukwe, a group that is known in this country went there to sing. They did not return with their cars. I'm sure you know. So anybody playing with security when it comes to functions and events, for lack of a better word, you're a very big joker. A bad one. Because an event that you've put in your money, you've called people, can turn out to be a disaster. The last part why we need security is the global threat of terrorism. Most of you, before you experience it, you think it is a political tool, it's a song, it's a movie. But people who attended Chadon, those who survived, they will never be the same. They can't come in this crowd. So let's have security. Let's have it as a priority. The sound can come later. The lights can come anytime. The decorators can wait. Let's have security first. I know you have your challenges from us. My colleagues, when they come to guard, they end up collecting money at the entrance. It's very dangerous. We don't have enough manpower. You end up having your own bouncers who are drunk, not trained, annoyed, and rude. As a country, we've shifted from functions where you find dirty people, people who abuse others, people who smoke. Just look at yourselves. Young, smart, and clean. You can actually have events of this nature. You don't have to smoke and come on stage. You don't have to insult others. You don't have to have hooligans in your function for it to be important. We can shift and leave that era, and we start to be creative, to be smart. I saw people receiving awards here, and I was happy that you don't have to come bouncing and smoking and smelling alcohol, and you move with a chigari, people who follow you, very, very unserious human beings. I'm sure you've seen them. And then you fight bouncers, you fight people at the gate. We've experienced a number of years of that level, that criminality. So can we shift to creative events where you have young people, educated people, informed people, people who have been in the industry. Just look at Honorable Pastor Sematimba. Smart, knowledgeable, but he has been in this industry for some good time. And he feels it. He has passion. So we can do better. And on our side, I promise, the Baganda say, Omushawo Muganda te Uganda. We can't really criticize ourselves. We must be having our own problems. But we are open to talking. Where you have issues with our officers down, raise them. We will talk, and we will be better. I'm excited that we have young people who are using their heads, who are not demonstrating on streets to put the country down. This is the way to go. May God bless you. Thank you for listening to me.